My child, do you feel that stirring in your soul, like something long promised is finally breaking through? I have watched you wait, I have honored your faithfulness, and today I declare, the silence ends in this moment. Lean in close, for what I've been preparing in secret is about to flood your life with visible, undeniable favor. And if you look away now, you just might miss the first spark of your destiny unleashed. Stay with me until the end, and you will witness the threshold between waiting and wonder. You stayed when it would have been easier to run away. You continued to believe even when nothing around you changed. And now I declare to you, with certainty and passion, the wait ends with this moment. This is not a metaphor. This is a divine proclamation. You stand on the very threshold of what I have prepared for you, and nothing, no fear, no delay, no deception from the enemy, can hold back the destiny I have spoken over your life any longer. You thought I was silent, but I was working. You thought I was delaying, but I was protecting. You assumed I had paused, but I was preparing. There has not been a single moment in your journey that I have not used. I know the weight you carried in private. I know how you smiled while harboring disappointment. I know how you poured out to others even as you quietly wondered if I still remembered you. I saw the battles you faced alone, the tears no one else noticed, the inner struggle between hope and heartbreak. And I need you to hear this clearly. None of it was wasted. Every season of waiting was a season of building. Every delay contained a divine design. Every unanswered prayer was folded into a greater promise. You didn't just wait, you endured. You didn't just sit, you stood firm. And while you waited, I wasn't distant. I was shaping something in you that only time could reveal. You've grown in ways you haven't yet fully recognized. Your trust has deepened, your discernment sharpened, your roots grown deeper. This was never about punishment. It was about preparation. And now, because you did not give up, because you entrusted me with your heart, even when you didn't understand, because you kept the altar of your life open before me, I'm shifting everything. The long delay, the slow breakthrough, the hidden progress, it ends here. Not because the process was wasted, but because it is complete. I honor your journey. I know the cost of your obedience. I know the prayers you whispered in secret. I know the struggle behind every yes. And now I am responding, not merely with words of comfort, but with tangible action. You will begin to see visible movement. What you carried internally will begin to manifest outwardly. What was once only spiritual is becoming tangible. The answers are no longer just in process, they are arriving. The wait ends not simply because time has passed, but because heaven has shifted. This moment was appointed, written, and marked for you before you even knew what you would need. And I have come, not late, but exactly on time. Don't doubt it. Don't talk yourself out of it. You're not imagining this change. You're not hoping in vain. You're not being toyed with by your emotions. This is real. This is me. The stirring you feel within, the urgency, the sensitivity, that is the Holy Spirit confirming what I've been doing behind the scenes. And now I am bringing it into the light. You will notice patterns breaking, cycles ending, fear lifting, peace replacing pressure, and favor moving where resistance once stood. I am clearing paths. I am parting waters. I am opening doors. The wait ends because the way has now been made clear. This is what I want you to understand. I have been with you through every moment, through confusion, exhaustion, and prayers ending in tears. I never turned away from you. I never ignored your voice. I never left your side. You may have felt forgotten, but you were being formed. You may have felt stuck, but you were being strengthened. And now I will show you why it had to be this way. You will witness the beauty on the other side of what seemed a barren season. You will hold the promise and comprehend the timing. You will walk in fulfillment and see the wisdom in every delay. I am not asking you to strive now. I'm asking you to breathe, receive, and walk forward with open hands and an expectant heart. I will lead you step by step, I will confirm every direction. I will send peace before every decision. I will surround you with signs and favor. This is not the end of your journey, but it is the end of silence. It is the end of the invisible battle. It is the end of feeling stuck. It is the end of wondering if I still have more for you. You are stepping out of waiting and into becoming, and everything begins now, my beloved. Now that I have declared the end of your waiting, I want you to understand not only what I am doing, but why I have chosen to do it through you. You have walked a path many wouldn't understand if they only saw the surface, but I have never judged your journey by appearances. I have never measured your value by how productive you seemed, how loud your faith appeared, or how consistent others expected you to be. I have seen the depth. I have seen the fight. I have seen the sincerity. And I want to say clearly, without hesitation, I am pleased with you. You are not a disappointment. You are not behind. You are not too much, and you are not too late. You are exactly where I intended you to be at this moment, and I have not regretted any part of your story. I know that in your quietest moments you have wondered what I think of you. I know you've asked, am I still useful? Am I still seen? Am I still worthy of the dreams I once had? And I tell you now, yes. Yes, you are useful. Yes, you are seen. Yes, you are worthy. Not because you earned it, but because you are mine. Because I made you intentionally. Because I planted eternity in your heart and called you by name. I have never once looked away in frustration. I have never whispered, too broken. Even on your weakest days, I have looked upon you with love, patience, and holy expectation. I have never given up on you, and I never will. I know how long you've tried to hold it together. I know how many times you poured out for others even when you felt empty inside. I know the burden of leadership, the cost of obedience, the pain of unseen battles. You haven't just waited, you've carried, you've contended, and in the midst of it all, you stayed close. You may not have felt close every day, but you never turned away. You may have wanted to give up, but you didn't. You came back to me again and again. You came back. That kind of heart is trustworthy. That kind of heart I bless. That is the heart I am about to pour myself into more deeply than ever before. Let me remind you what I have always known about you. You were created for intimacy with me. You were not made only to serve me. You were made to walk with me. Before I called you to impact others, I called you to sit with me. Before I gave you influence, I gave you access. That access has never been revoked. It has never depended on your consistency. It has always been available through grace. And now I am calling you back, not because you've strayed far, but because I'm inviting you into more clarity, more peace, more sensitivity, more trust. This next season will require your nearness to me, not because I will make it hard, but because I will make it holy. Come back to the place where it's just you and me. I'm not asking for performance. I'm asking for presence. I'm not requiring perfect prayers. I'm asking for your genuine heart. Come and share with me the things you've hidden, the fears you tried to ignore, the confusion you felt too embarrassed to name. I already know it all, and I am not overwhelmed by your process. I am not disappointed by your doubt. I am here for it. I can carry the weight of your questions. I can hold the pieces you don't yet know how to name. I am the safest place for your heart. Not just the strong parts, not just the spiritual parts, all of it. Let me show you what I see when I look at you. Not failure, not missed opportunities, not near misses. I see fire. I see endurance. I see purity. I see hunger for me. I see someone who refused to let go even when the weight was heavy. I see someone I can trust with the next wave of my movement. I see a forerunner, a worshiper, a warrior. Not one fighting for attention, but one who carries my presence. And I will use you, not because you are loud, but because you are surrendered. I will move through you, not because you are qualified in the world's eyes, but because you said yes when hiding would have been easier. I know you, and I have prepared you. So come, release the pressure to impress. Release the lie that you must always be strong. Release the comparison that tells you someone else is doing it better. Release the fear that I have overlooked you. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and I want your heart again, deeper, more fully than ever before. I want the version of you that is unafraid to need me. I want the version of you that brings me everything, not just the polished parts. I want the tears, the questions, the unfinished sentences. I want the worship that flows even when you feel raw. That is the kind of communion I desire. That is the kind of walk I am building with you. This is the moment that changes everything, not because you forced it, but because you opened to it. And from this moment on, all that once felt stuck will begin to move. Not because the burden didn't matter, but because the burden has fulfilled its purpose. And now you are ready, my child. Now that you have returned to my presence with an open, vulnerable heart, I want to speak to the part of you that still quietly asks, why did it hurt so much? Why did it take so long? Why did I feel so alone? I do not despise those questions. I do not dismiss your tears. I do not turn away from the pain you bore for so long. I have always been the God who walks closely with the wounded, the one who dwells deep within your experience, not above it, not distant from it, but right inside it. You have tried to make sense of your journey. You have tried to explain the disappointments, delays, and silent seasons, but much of what happened cannot be fully understood by your mind. That is why I want to speak directly to your spirit, because while the pain came uninvited, it has never been without redemption. The pain you endured was not punishment. It was not abandonment. It was not a sign that I had left you. The pain was pressure allowed, not to break you, but to press you deeper into truth, clarity, and healing. It was a refining fire, not to burn you, but to purify you. Because I never intended to create a version of you that only looked strong. I was forming a person who would be truly free. Free from false identities, free from people-pleasing, free from fear masquerading as wisdom, free from expectations I never placed on you. I used the wilderness not as a prison, but as a classroom. And though the lessons were difficult, they were holy because they brought you here, to the end of yourself and the beginning of something real. I know what you've lost. I know what you had to release just to keep moving forward. I know the betrayal that cut deeper than words can express. I know the silence from those who once promised to stand by you. And yes, I know the moments when you searched for me and felt nothing. You wondered, did I do something wrong? But I tell you again, no. Your pain was not punishment for failure. It was part of the pressing that unlocks purpose. I allowed space so you would grow in ways you didn't know you needed. I let you wrestle with silence so you would learn to hear me without noise. I allowed what seemed like delay so you could develop roots deep enough to carry what's next without falling. Many times you prayed for breakthrough, but I gave you depth. You asked me to remove the storm, but I strengthened your ability to stand in it. You cried out for comfort, but I led you into transformation. Because comfort without transformation only delays pain. It does not heal it. And I love you too much to leave you stuck in cycles. That is why I let surface things fall away. That is why I didn't answer every prayer the way you expected. Because I was after more than your relief. I was after your release. I saw how hard it was for you to keep trusting me. I know you wanted to run. I know you thought about quitting. But even then, your spirit whispered my name. That whisper was worship to me. That whisper held more power than the loudest shout because it was real. And I work with real. You never had to be perfect. I never needed you to perform. I only ever needed your yes. And you gave it, even when it cost more than anyone knew. You gave me your trust, your time, your tears, and now I will return it, not just with answers, but with wholeness. Not just with blessings, but with authority. Because what you suffered in secret, I will now use openly. Let me show you how I saw you during the waiting, not as one falling apart, but as one rising in strength. You didn't even realize it, but every morning you chose to believe again. You were building spiritual muscle. Every time you worshiped instead of complaining, you aligned with heaven. Every time you spoke life into others while fighting your own battles, you planted seeds that I am now preparing to harvest. The pain didn't destroy you, it deepened you. And that depth is what will carry you now, because you are not who you used to be. You've been through the fire, and you did not come out smelling like smoke. You came out with a mantle, a message, and a maturity that cannot be faked. This is why I allowed it. Not because I didn't love you, but because I do. I love you too much to leave you shallow. I love you too much to bless you before you're ready. I love you enough to sit with you in silence, even when it hurt, so you'd learn to hear my voice for yourself. And now that voice is clearer. That trust is stronger. That faith is real. Not the kind that crumbles in trials, but the kind that endures. And from that endurance, I will now birth vision, fresh oil, and new direction. Because I'm not just bringing you out of pain, I'm bringing you into promise. The wait is ending, not because time has passed, but because purpose has been fulfilled, my child. Now that the pain has been named and the process honored, I want you to see what is coming into view. Because I am not only restoring what was lost, I am releasing what has been prepared. There are promises sealed with your name, waiting for the moment when your heart, mind, and spirit align with my timing. That moment is now. I want you to hear me clearly. I am moving. Not in theory, not in the distant future, but now. Heaven has shifted on your behalf, and the things that once resisted are beginning to respond to my voice. The spiritual delay has lifted. The cloud is moving. The atmosphere around you is stirring, because the promises I made are awakening into reality. You have wondered if you missed it. You have questioned if too much time has passed. But I tell you, my promises are not fragile. They are not threatened by delay or detour. I have held them securely until the fullness of time. And now you will see signs, not random, not subtle, but divinely orchestrated confirmations that I am fulfilling what I've spoken. Conversations will align with prayers you've long forgotten. People will say things unknowingly, echoing my voice. Scripture will come alive in new ways. Dreams will return with clarity and weight. This is not coincidence. This is me. I am revealing myself in patterns and pieces, in whispers and wonders, and I want you to pay attention. What once felt dry is stirring. The ground that seemed barren is breaking open. The very place where you felt stuck will become the place of your sending. And I will not only restore what you thought was gone, I will multiply it. This is not a return to the past. This is a step into what never was, but should have been. The delay has qualified you for more. Your endurance has expanded your capacity. What I am giving you now will fit who you have become, not who you once were. That's why it took time. That's why I held the promise until your roots could carry its weight. And now I am releasing it. Not in drops, but in waves. You will notice acceleration. Where there was resistance, grace will flow. What once felt hard will begin to move easily. This does not mean you won't face opposition. It means opposition will no longer determine the outcome. My favor will. Doors that were shut without explanation will open with ease. Resources will come unexpectedly. Ideas you thought dormant will return with clarity and urgency. You will feel my breath on your dreams again, and this time you will not hold back in fear. You will walk forward with peace, because you will know this is God. This is not hype, this is harvest. I am also restoring your discernment. You will no longer question if something is from me. You will know. I am sharpening your ability to sense what aligns with my spirit. Where you once wavered, you will feel anchored. I will show you which relationships carry my favor and which belong to old seasons. I will reveal what to keep building and what to release. And I will guide you, not with confusion, but with confidence. My voice will not be distant. It will be unmistakable. You will not need to strive for clarity. It will find you in secret places. You've also asked about confirmation. I say now, I will confirm what I am doing quickly. You will see patterns. You will notice repetition in the spirit. Pay attention to names, phrases, places. I'm speaking through alignment. I will highlight things repeatedly, not to overwhelm, but to assure you. You are not imagining this. You are not being emotional. You are sensing a real movement. It is spiritual, it is prophetic, and it is personal. I am confirming through my word, through others, through inner peace. And when confirmation comes, don't second guess it. Receive it with joy. Celebrate it boldly. Respond with faith. I'm reminding you of promises you forgot, words I whispered years ago, visions you shelved because they felt risky to believe. I never retracted them. I simply waited for your heart to be ready to receive them again. Now I breathe fresh life into them. Don't dismiss what returns to your spirit this season. If it rises from peace, if it aligns with my word, if it awakens your hunger for me, it is from me. Let me revive those dreams. Let me partner with you to build what has always been in my heart for you. This is the beginning of the unveiling. The fog is lifting, the tension easing, the timing aligning, the signs appearing. Do not fear what you sense. Do not silence what I reveal. Lean in. Ask me to make it clear. Ask me to highlight what matters. Ask me to confirm what is true. I'm not trying to confuse you. I am training you. I am equipping you for a life of clarity, movement, and promise. And you will not miss it. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. You're positioned. This is the season of visible signs, tangible grace, and fulfilled promises. And it begins, not next month, not next year, but now. My child, now that you see the signs, feel the stirring, and recognize the shift, I want to teach you how to walk it out. This is not a season to wait and watch. This is a time to move with intention. I'm not just calling you to believe, I'm calling you to align. Faith is not passive hope. It is an active, living response to what I've spoken. It shows itself in your thoughts, words, habits, and posture. If you want to walk fully in what I release, you must create space for it, not just spiritually, but practically. Let your life reflect that you believe me. Begin by honoring your time with me in this new season. Intimacy is not optional, it's essential. I want to speak to you every day. Not only in need, but in the daily rhythm of your walk. Set aside space, not out of pressure, but out of desire. Let me be your first voice each morning. Don't start your day weighed down by the world's demands. Begin it in my presence. Bring me your thoughts, concerns, plans. Invite me to lead every moment. When you open my word, don't rush. Ask me to speak. Let the word shape your perspective, fill your spirit, and guide your day. I am not hidden. I am always ready to meet you there. Next, guard your words. What you speak now will either strengthen or sabotage what I'm doing. Stop agreeing with fear. Stop rehearsing old disappointments. Speak in agreement with what I have said. Your declarations carry spiritual weight. Speak who I say you are. Speak blessings over what I have given you. Let your home be filled with faith-filled language. When doubt creeps in, don't give it room. Answer it with my promises. When others can't see what you believe, don't shrink. Stand firm. You're not arrogant, you're obedient. Faith speaks what it hears from me, not what it sees. Evaluate your routines. Look at how you spend your time. I'm not asking for more, but for intentionality. This is a time for focused obedience, not distracted motion. If I tell you to pause something, do it. If I highlight something to start, trust me. I will show you how to shift, where to invest, and what to release. This won't be guesswork. My spirit will guide you, but your heart must be willing to adjust. Old rhythms won't carry new glory. The space I'm filling must be made ready. Simplify what needs simplifying. Prioritize my presence. Build your day around me, not just fit me in. The more space you create, the more I will fill. Guard your atmosphere, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, the conversations you entertain, they all matter now. You're sensitive to my spirit, and that sensitivity is a gift. Don't dull it by entertaining what weakens your spirit. Not everything is evil, but not everything is helpful. Ask me for discernment. I will show you what brings peace and what brings distraction. Surround yourself with voices that build your faith. You don't need a crowd, you need alignment. And I will send the right people at the right time. Be willing to let go of what no longer fits this new season. Give me your plans. As opportunities arise and doors open, don't rush without me. Not every open door is divine, but I will give you peace as confirmation. If I breathe on it, you'll know. If I'm not in it, don't force it. Trust that I lead with clarity, not confusion. Ask me, and I will guide you. I don't want you to strive, I want you to flow. And flow only comes from trust. Walk in step with me. You won't miss the moment when your heart stays near mine. Keep a journal. Record what I say, what you sense, what you see. You are not just living a breakthrough, you are building a history with me. These words, revelations, confirmations, they are not just for now. They are seeds for your future, reminders for your valleys, blueprints for those I will send. What you walk through now will become the wisdom you carry later. Don't take it lightly. Record it. Return to it. Let it anchor you. And through it all, stay humble. Stay dependent. The moment you think you can manage this alone, you will begin to drift. I'm not releasing you to be independent. I'm bringing you into deeper reliance. This next season will require my presence in ways you haven't known, but it will reveal my nearness like never before. I will not lead you into a promise and leave you to figure it out. I will walk with you. I will counsel you with my eye upon you, and you will see what faith looks like when it becomes your default, not your last resort. This is how you live forward, not reacting to fear, but responding to me. And as you do, the promise will not feel distant. It will feel natural, because your life will be in rhythm with heaven. And where there is alignment, there is acceleration. You're not striving anymore. You're walking in step. Step by step, you're stepping into all I've promised, my child. Now that you've begun to walk aligned with what I've spoken and created space for what I'm releasing, I want to return to something even more important: who you are. Not what you do, not what you've achieved, not what you've overcome, but who you are at your core. Your identity as I see it, as I formed it before the foundation of the world. Because every promise I give you is rooted in who I made you to be. And if you don't know who you are, you will always feel unworthy of what I'm giving. So I'm going to speak to the layers you've hidden, the false identities you've picked up, and the broken stories that echo when things get quiet. You have carried labels I never gave you. Words spoken in pain, names spoken in frustration, titles born from comparison. You began to believe them because they came early or loud or from voices you trusted. But I was never in those words. I never called you a burden. I never called you inadequate. I never said you were too late, too sensitive, too unstable, or too broken. I never tied your value to your success or your ability to stay strong. Those voices were lies, and now I am breaking them. I'm not asking you to perform your way out. I'm speaking truth that will dissolve them at the root. You're not defined by failure. You're not defined by loss. You're not the version that lived in survival mode. You are not the one who always has to be strong, quiet, or figure it out alone. I never asked you to live like that. That was a coping mechanism, not your calling. And now I'm lifting it. You are safe to be known. You are free to be whole. You don't have to prove your worth, not to people, not to yourself, and certainly not to me. I established your worth before you ever did a single thing. I loved you at the start. I love you now, and I will love you into your full becoming. Let me remind you who you are. You are mine. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are not a mistake in your makeup, wiring, or personality. I crafted every detail with purpose. Your sensitivity was my design. It enables deep discernment. Your intensity is not a flaw. It fuels your ability to lead with passion and focus. Your deep feelings are not a liability. They are a gift for connection and compassion. Stop trying to tone yourself down to fit where I never called you to stay. I didn't call you to shrink. I called you to shine. You are an image bearer, a carrier of my spirit. You are not who they said you were. You are who I say you are. And I call you beloved. I call you strong. I call you anointed. I call you faithful. You fought through storms that would have broken others. Yet you stand, not bitter but believing, not hardened but humble, not angry but open. That is not weakness. That is courage. That is power. And that is why I trust you with the promises I'm now releasing. Because I can trust you to steward them with surrender, not striving. So take off the mask. You don't need it here. You don't have to be okay for me to stay close. I didn't choose the polished version of you. I chose the real you, the one who worships while weeping, the one who stays when it's hard, the one who says yes through tears and gets back up. That's the you I see. That's the you I celebrate. That's the you I'm restoring, not just in spirit, but in soul. You're not just getting back what you lost. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. I'm reintroducing you to yourself, the healed you, the whole you, the joyful you, the bold you, the you who doesn't fear opinions, the you who doesn't filter your voice to keep peace, the you who leads unapologetically, the you who shifts atmospheres simply by being present in me. This is not reinvention. It's a revelation of identity, design, and destiny. Walk like you're free, because you are. Speak like you know who you are, because you do. Love like you're secure, because you're rooted in me. And when the old voices return, remind them, I know who I am now. When fear whispers again, answer it with truth. My Father calls me chosen. When doubt rises, stand firm and say, I am not who I was. I am who He says I am. That identity is untouchable. This is where your restoration becomes visible, not just in what happens around you, but in how you carry yourself. You will move differently. You will respond differently, because you believe me, not just about what I can do, but about who you are to me. And that, beloved, changes everything. Now that your identity is restored and the weight of false labels lifted, I want to give you the tools to sustain what I've begun. Because I'm not only interested in what I do for you, I'm deeply invested in what I do in you, and what I build in you, I intend to maintain. This is where many stop short. They receive the breakthrough but forget how to carry the blessing. They experience the shift but don't build the structure to sustain it. But I am not just releasing a moment. I am establishing a movement within your life, and it begins by reordering your rhythm around me. Because what I'm giving you requires daily communion, not occasional contact. Start with the secret place. This must become your sanctuary, not because you're trying to earn my favor, you already have it, but because your spirit needs daily nourishment. Just as your body cannot live on yesterday's food, your soul cannot survive on yesterday's revelation. I want you to seek me, not as a religious duty, but as your primary source. Come early, come often. Find me in the quiet before the day's demands begin. And when you do, don't bring performance, bring presence. I don't need eloquence. I don't need structure. I need you. Sit, wait, listen, speak. Let awkwardness pass. Let silence stretch. I am there, even when you don't feel me. The more consistent you are, the more clearly you'll recognize my voice in every part of life. Open my word not as information, but as impartation. I am in those pages. Every verse is a door to my heart. Don't rush. Let the words sink in. Ask me what I'm saying. Ask how it applies to your season. I will show you scripture that speaks directly to you. I will highlight verses that feel written just for you, because they are. My word is alive. It is your sword, compass, and covering. Read it when strong. Read it when lost. Make it your foundation when the world is loud. Let my truth be louder. Develop a prayer rhythm that flows with life. Don't limit our connection to one quiet time. Talk to me throughout the day. Whisper my name in stress. Thank me in small victories. Ask for wisdom in decisions. Invite me into meetings, meals, rest. I don't want to be part of your day. I want to be the center of it. Prayer isn't duty. It's your breath. The more you speak to me, the more natural it becomes. The more you listen, the more my whispers guide you in real time. And worship. Don't wait for Sunday. Make your life a living altar. Play music that lifts your spirit. Invite my presence. Worship when it's easy and when it's hard. Worship breaks heaviness. It confuses the enemy. It sets your atmosphere. It aligns your heart with heaven. Let worship be a habit, not a reaction. Let your home be a sanctuary, your car a holy place, your heart a throne room. I don't just visit worship, I dwell in it. Fast as I lead, not to punish the flesh, but to prioritize your spirit. Sometimes I'll ask you to set something aside, not because it's bad, but because your spirit needs focus. It may be food, it may be distractions, it may be things not sinful but no longer helpful. Don't fast for approval, fast for alignment. Let it reset and clear space for my voice to rise above all. You'll be amazed at the clarity I bring when noise is silenced. Watch your posture inside and out. Choose gratitude daily. Choose humility. Choose expectancy. These aren't emotions, they're spiritual weapons. Gratitude guards your heart against entitlement. Humility keeps your eyes on me, not yourself. Expectancy opens your spirit to my movement. Attitudes become altars. Build an inner atmosphere where my spirit loves to dwell. Be intentional about your environment, the voices you allow, content you consume, places you enter. They shape your sensitivity. Guard your gates. Don't tolerate what drains your spirit. Don't partner with anxiety triggers. Don't entertain what dulls your discernment. This is wisdom, not legalism. I'm not calling you to isolation, but consecration. Ask for discernment. I'll show you what aligns with me and what doesn't. Trust your spirit's checks. They are me guiding you to safety, purity, and peace. Above all, stay teachable. Remain a student of my presence. Let my spirit stretch, convict, empower you. The more you grow, the more I pour. But remain soft. Offense hardens. Pain tempts self-protection. Delay breeds cynicism. Stay tender. Stay open. Stay surrendered. The soft heart is strong. The teachable heart is trusted. The surrendered life is unstoppable. You have everything you need, not because of strength, but because of surrender. Keep these instructions close. Build your life around them. Watch what I do in and through you, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. Now, my child, receive this prophetic decree over your life, not as distant hope, but present announcement. The shift has begun. You're not waiting for it. It is in motion. You walk in early manifestation of what I prepared behind the scenes. You've sensed it, seen glimpses, felt internal stretching and external release. I confirm what your spirit already knows. This is a divinely appointed moment. Your environment, relationships, focus, time, all rearranged by my hand. What seemed to take years, I will accomplish in days. What seemed lost, I resurrect with new breath and greater glory. This is not just a personal breakthrough, it's a spiritual relocation. I'm moving you mentally, emotionally, relationally, and sometimes physically to greater visibility, responsibility, and release. What you stewarded privately, I will make public. What you prayed for in pain, I will release with peace. I saw your silent battles. I saw your tears you couldn't explain, your loneliness you couldn't voice, and the warfare that baffled others. But I saw the root. Because you refused to let go, because you clung to my name when my presence felt absent, I now respond with open reward. Doors open not by your effort, not by your networking, but by my favor. I went before you. I positioned the right hearts, removed the wrong ones, and aligned timing for your entrance. You will find yourself in conversations you didn't pursue, rooms you didn't apply for, opportunities you couldn't create. This is no accident. This is redemption. I redeem lost time. I restore what was stolen. And I do it so no one takes credit. You'll say, only God could have done this. And that's what I want. My glory will be unmistakable. Even now, I accelerate the process. What once took long will come quickly. The wait did not weaken your promise. It strengthened your readiness. Now you will move with clarity, not confusion. You will know what is yours and what is not. You will recognize the counterfeit and choose the authentic. The fog lifts, The delay breaks, confusion dissolves. In its place, I release strategy, confidence, and confirmation. I won't leave you guessing. I will speak clearly. I will surround you with witnesses. I will confirm through timing, peace, my word, and fruit. You will notice immediate changes, shifts in atmosphere, unexpected favor, divine appointments, sudden provision, new boldness in your voice. This is not adrenaline. It is anointing. My spirit marks you. You're being mantled with authority because you endured the fire without losing faith. I trust you. I'm not just blessing you, I'm commissioning you. You're no longer just a survivor. You're a carrier of hope, power, and truth. You will speak, and walls will fall. You will pray, and doors will open. You will enter places others cannot, not by force, but because I sent you. This next level brings increased visibility, but don't fear the spotlight. I will keep you hidden in me. Attention is not your reward. Obedience is. Influence is a byproduct, not the goal. Stay grounded, stay humble, stay close. I don't ask you to strive, I ask you to carry, and I will carry you. As you carry this mantle, I protect you from burnout, compromise, and deception. Keep your eyes on me. If your intimacy remains strong, your impact stays pure. There will be new alliances, voices, assignments. Some will stretch you, some will feel unfamiliar, but I am in them. Don't reject what feels different. Test everything by my spirit. Be open. I'm doing a new thing, and you are part of it. Don't compare your pace. You're not behind. You're not overlooked. You're right on time. My time. My time is never late. So take this word and walk with it. Don't look back. Don't apologize for growing. Don't shrink to stay where I've moved you out. Go forward. Go boldly. Go with joy. You're not entering another battle. You're stepping into fulfillment. And while challenges may arise, you won't fight as before. You'll fight from victory, not for it. You are not who you were when this journey began. You're stronger, wiser, ready. This is your moment, your confirmation. The wait ends here, not because it's all easy, but because you see clearly. And from here, everything changes. Now, my child, breathe. You've heard my promises, received my instructions, endured the process, stepped into movement. Before you go further, I want you to encounter me again, not just in words or worship, not just through faith structure, but through the living reality of my spirit. No strategy, favor, or opportunity will satisfy your spirit's depth like my presence. I'm not sending you out in strength without first filling you with me. You're not meant to carry alone. You're meant to be immersed, soaked, overwhelmed, and led by my spirit. So come closer, not by effort, but surrender, not to perform, but to dwell. I am here, ready to meet you in a way that will mark and transform you. You've known me as provider, protector, but now I want you to know me as presence. I want my spirit to be your home, your spirit to be his resting place. You were never meant to be a servant just keeping up. You were made to walk as a son, a daughter, carrying heaven's breath with every step. My spirit is not distant or reserved. He is for you. He has always been with you, but now wants to flood every part of your soul, not just the spiritual spaces, but the wounded places. Not just the loud, but the quiet corners where disappointment whispers and hope feels fragile. Let him in. He doesn't come to condemn. He comes to comfort, clarify, heal, and ignite. This is not emotionalism. This is transformation. When you welcome my spirit fully, you don't just feel peace, you become a carrier of it. You don't just feel freedom, you walk in it. Others experience it through you. This is the divine exchange, where anxiety becomes confidence, weariness becomes fresh strength, emptiness becomes overflow. What I fill, I intend to pour out. You'll notice what once triggered you now passes by. What once confused now brings clarity. What once made you retreat now calls you forward. This is what happens when your inner world is ruled by my spirit, not your fears. Let me into your deep places. I already see them. The memories you avoid, the patterns you feel bound to, the shame you hide behind success. I'm not ashamed of those places. I'm not intimidated by your process. I want to touch what you've tried to carry alone. My spirit can heal what you've hidden, lift what's buried, dissolve what you've carried like a second skin. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to hustle to be whole. Let me sit with you. Let me speak to the little one inside, still wondering if they're safe. You are safe with me. My spirit is gentle. He won't break you, but will fully free you. And as you're filled, you will be empowered. This encounter isn't just feeling, it's becoming. Becoming clear, bold, steady. Becoming aware of me in every room. Becoming alert to how I move, speak, lead. You will be moved by compassion you didn't manufacture. Speak with authority that surprises you. Discern with clarity you didn't study for. That is my spirit working continuously in you. You'll learn to walk with me daily, moment by moment, not an event but a rhythm. My voice will become familiar. My leading will be second nature. My presence will be your environment, not just emergency. Let me make your heart my home. Let me establish my reign in your inner world. When you wake, invite me. When uncertain, listen. When overwhelmed, lean in. I will be there. Speaking, leading, filling, empowering. You are not just loved. You are one I live in. From this union, everything will shift. Your reactions will change. Your desires will change. Your perspective will change. You'll find joy in simplicity, strength in quiet, courage in challenges. This is your spirit-filled life. Not a goal, but daily reality. You don't have to earn it, just receive. My spirit rests on you now. You will feel him like never before. You will walk lighter, think clearer, love deeper. Fear breaks, numbness fades, clarity rises. Fire rekindles, not striving but surrender. You are transformed, not by effort, but encounter. Let this be your new posture. Filled, led, steady. The wait is over. The fire is here. Your spirit is fully alive, my beloved. Now that you've walked through my words, stood under my presence, received my fire, I speak over you, not with finality, but with release. This is your moment of divine transition. The wait ends here, not because enough time has passed, but because you are no longer who you were. What once felt delayed now feels destined. What once felt uncertain now feels undeniable. Because my spirit has sealed this word inside you, not as a temporary experience, but as a permanent shift. You walk with new awareness of who I am, of who you are, and what I'm about to do. You will never wait the same again, because you wait with revelation. You wait in rest. You wait not as forgotten, but as formed. Days ahead hold challenges, but they will be filled with clarity, because I am with you, and I speak. You won't need constant confirmation. You will know. You won't seek approval. You will walk in identity. You won't prove your anointing. You will carry my presence deeply so others meet me through you without explanation. You're not behind, not weak, not small, not overlooked. You are mine, chosen, marked, rising into all I created you to carry. Though the world may not understand my speed, you will know this is what surrender looks like. I can do in a moment what man cannot in a lifetime. And I will, because I love you. I'm proud of you. I have walked every step with you, and I'm not finished. I'm just beginning. Watch what I do next. Watch how I move. Watch how I fulfill. Beloved, you've stood with me at the edge of breakthrough, and this is only the beginning of what I'm unveiling in your life. Return here often. For each time you press play, I will fan the embers of your faith into flame, speak fresh revelation into the hidden places of your heart, and guide you step by step into the destiny I've prepared. Share this word with someone still waiting in silence, and comment below the moment you felt me declare the end of your delay. Your testimony will ignite another's hope. Subscribe now and ring the bell so that no whisper of my promise ever passes you by. Come back soon, my child, for I am not finished with you yet. Amen.